We're live.
Yeah.
It's my
It's like we'll start counting 1, 2, ready, go.
right. In my machine, I'm trying to connect it to the internet.
Yeah.
The machine where this thing is. So
Oh,
I will.
Yeah, using your phone.
This way and see
Yes.
live.
I'm using my phone.
Yeah, I'm seeing it addressing Jovi Rants.
Okay, you're
it's
seeing
live?
it. I don't know. So even
Yeah,
the
we're
machine,
live.
the machine that I initially launched the live in, if it's not on, it will still be live here.
Yeah, because you sent me the stream key already. I act like
Okay.
the saver. Even
Okay.
if your light goes off, electricity goes off, you will still be live.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's start off. So have you shared the link on the group, David?
Let me share the link on the group because the tab is not open.
Okay. So hi guys and welcome to this episode of the Contrast Podcast. So as you can see, we have the ambassador with us today. He has missed like 3 different episodes. So I guess he has to address why he decided to stay away from the family for 3 different episodes. So we'll talk about that. That's a topic we'll touch upon. Ambassador, do you want to plead your case now or should we wait for later in the podcast?
Yeah, so we are used to be apologizing for things. I was not used to being the one apologizing. But maybe this time I'll just dream of that burden and then get a taste of how it feels too.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry I was not around. But as you always know, my case on the Contrast Podcast is artists getting money and money in the entertainment industry. So at times I get carried away with the money hunting side of things and I forget to come and do my therapy out here. So but when it gets too heavy and I feel like I'm losing my mind in the money chase thing, I just want to come back to the therapy session.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an excuse or it's an explanation. But
So your explanation is basically you were working behind the scenes to make money for artists. So anybody who is mad is speaking against you making money for artists.
Exactly. In fact, in the entertainment industry. There might come a time we'll start cutting out checks live here for artists and things.
Okay, we get it. I guess we have no choice but to forgive you since you're doing it for all of us in the entertainment industry. So like,
Okay.
yeah. So Denby, what has been up with you?
A lot. I don't even know where to start. Hosting people, working on shooting an advert for a project that we have coming. Our shooting an advert is finished. I think I sent it a piece of it, like the sitcom. I was shooting some parts of it that we needed to shoot. Did you get a trailer, like a piece of the sitcom that I was doing? I think I sent you that a couple of months ago.
Okay. Wait, yeah, I can remember. Yeah. It's sitcom, right?
Yeah, so I was shooting some parts of it,
yes.
and we still need to shoot another part of it. Yeah, that's just been it. Like a little busy and carried away, and yeah, trying to figure shit out.
Okay.
And even today
so
we are late because of me. So the ambassador has apologized, and I also have to do it because we are late today because of me.
You cannot miss out on your tradition.
Yeah. Because of all those things I was doing, I decided to put my phone on silent because there's one annoying person that keeps calling me when I'm doing something important. So I decided to put the phone on silent and forgot that I left it on silent. So I stayed, and it was, I think, 10 minutes past the time, and I said, but it hasn't sent the stream key. Why? When I tried to check my phone, she sent it about 40 minutes ago. Yeah. So I'd say, oh, sorry guys, because based on the last stream of conversations we had in the group, I thought maybe this episode would not hold. That's why the first thing I wrote was sorry. Can we have it again? Yeah.
So like everything everybody is saying, one thing that just comes to my mind, like the reality in our entertainment industry of everybody needing to do everything. Like normally in other entertainment industry, there are people who are just sitting in front of the camera, then there are other people handling and managing other things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But right here in 237, like people have to play managers, people have to play PR, people have to do the editing, like everything, which I think we really need to work on that, because it kind of kills creativity in a way and also kills consistency, because you burn out quickly when you have to do all this, wear all these different hats. It's easy for you to burn out, but but we have to push on, and hopefully things get better with time.
Hopefully.
Okay. We have a lot to address today, and before we even go to address what we need to address, I think we need to talk about our change in schedule. So due to the plenty things which we are all doing behind the scenes, we need to cut back on the number of episodes which we have, right? So we are deciding to go Monday, Friday instead. So on each episode, we are not just going to have like one topic. We are going to have multiple things that we'll talk about, because if we talk about just one thing, then we wait till Friday. There are a lot of things. There'll be a lot of gap where we will not address a lot of things. So we're going to put in as much as we can in this episode. Let's start off with. Should we start off with the topic, which is addressing Jovi Rants, or should we start off with the other things, then end with Jovi Rants? How should we go?
We should. I think the last thing on everything is the Jovi Rants, right? And the topic Jovi is ranting about, that whole thing. Jovi is not just ranting for ranting's sake. Let's just get it clear. Jovi is ranting for a reason. And that reason is something maybe we have addressed here before, like during the early stages of the Contrast podcast, we've addressed it. And I think we still need to address it again, which has to do with, language and shit.
I feel like maybe we start with the Jovi thing, because when somebody looks at how do they call it? The title, they are coming and they're expecting to see something.
Okay, so let's just start with the Jovi, and let's go backwards. From Jovi, we go to Biggie, and then from Biggie, we move on
to the other things.
Yeah.
I thought we saved the best for last.
YouTube doesn't work that way. YouTube works with algorithm and interest, fan base, and time. The more the person is entertained, the more they spend more time on it, and the more they give you more watch hour and all this shit. But when you put the best to the last, they will just get turned off along the way without even getting to the topic.
Yeah. Okay. And live without seeing the best.
They can live without seeing the best. Okay. With YouTube is not like TV that we always stay and say, okay, we need to watch the Marima in the night. YouTube, when you have the attention, you just need to keep them glued there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off with Jovi addressing the whole Orange musical competition, which just took place, and there were 3 winners. We have Malox, we have Happy De Efulang, we have Mings. Those are the 3 winners. So I called the names chronologically according to their wins. So Jovi made this statement saying that, first of all, he congratulated the winners. And then he said he's congratulating the real musicians, not those who sing, not those who are comedians, not those. And like in my mind, Malok's name came to my mind, because Malok's names are kind of funny. Yeah. And
not even all those guys who won, but Minx is being reformed a little bit now, trying to do this rap, but RP and Malok, those 2 guys, their songs are both like comedy, right? Most comedy, of their songs,
So he talked about that. Then he also talked about the fact that all those who won are French, like 100% French musicians, Francophone musicians. So what happens to the English-speaking musicians? Are they not good enough? Why were they not able to win?
Yeah.
So he said, it means that they are basically saying in this competition, one of the criteria that you put there is like, you have to sing in French in order to be part of the winners. So we have spoken about this before, how even artists see the need to put their lyrics in French in order to get a huge portion of the Cameroonian market, in order to sell, in order to become more commercial in the Cameroonian entertainment scene. So, but we should talk about this again in relation to the music competition.
The ambassador.
The ambassador.
Yeah, I think something has happened to his internet. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
He will join us. Back. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. So, since the ambassador is not here, let's start off with you.
Yep.
What do you think about what Jovi said?
Okay.
Let's start off with the comedy part when he was talking about congrats to the real people and not the comedy throwing
Comedians.
shade.
Okay. On that
Yeah.
part, Jovi comedy. Okay, the ambassador is back. Okay, so
Oh, awesome.
when he said congrats to real artists, not the comedians, and when he said that, Malox replied, right? Malox replied, and he was laughing. Yeah, Malox replied, and he was laughing. So when he said that, I just thought about, okay, these three guys who won, what are the kind of songs they do? It's like Jovi is disregarding these guys as rappers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking because the post, did he specify rappers or musicians?
I think he said musicians, right?
Okay,
I think he
musicians,
said
not
musicians.
comedians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so these guys' songs, when you listen to a Malox song, you're not like, oh, that bar, oh, you always giggle based on some of the lines you get. Like the catchy parts are funny. Even Happy de Fulan, the catchy parts of that song are funny. Le pape fait quoi chez le mariage, PD, oh chapo chapo. Like when you say all those things, you like those. The catchy phrases, the things that make those songs hits, and the things that make people resonate to the song. Like the punchlines are comedy, like a comedic punchlines. So he was addressing those things, and I was like, ha ha ha, touche. And Jovi has done that kind of a song, I think, in the past. He has incorporated it in the past, like with Epiqua. I think Epiqua had some of those kind of things in there, but yeah, based on the time frame and the window that this award was given, because Happy hasn't been in the game for as long as somebody like Kosi. So when he said that comedian thing, yeah, we just had to take all those things to play. The time those guys have been in the game, the time frame these guys decided to judge or pick the winner from. And I don't even know about the contest. How did that thing even play? Was it an actual contest, or was it a radio contest, or was it a fans thing, or how was that thing like taken into consideration? Because it's called a contest.
I don't really know about the criteria, how the judge get the winners.
Yeah.
Is the ambassador still us?
No, he's gone off again.
Oh, he's gone off again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that in order for rappers to really get commercial, no, let me not say commercial, but popular, like for them to have like pop songs in Cameroon, they have to put in some comedy there. I know Kosi started. Originally, he was doing the freestyles on YouTube and he was intense with the bars, dropping the lines, but he was not as popping as he is now with all the, like, he still drops in bars and he has been crowned himself the rap president. Yeah. But there's still some comedy that he puts in his songs that people can relate to, because honestly, for the everyday person, right, it's just a small percentage of Cameroonians that are that die-hard rap fans who listen to the lyrics and want to hear the bars and the punchlines. Majority of Cameroonians just want to have good music and relate to the lyrics and maybe laugh and have fun, right? Yep. So for your songs to really go viral and for people to really enjoy your music, you need to have those relatable, funny punchlines in your song. I remember Jovi, even his breakout hit Done for Quad, it did not necessarily have those funny lines, but he had really relatable lyrics, which I would say is different from what he's putting out now. Like his songs now still have those punchlines, but they don't really have those relatable lyrics as his initial songs had. Like that's my opinion when I listen to his song.
Yeah, because Jovi's initial songs, like especially Don't Forget wasn't those kind of things that you listen and you're like, ooh, they were bars, but just because they were too relatable, you were like, haha, the guy know that thing too. Yeah, not true. Right. Yeah, so you have that nostalgia when listening to a song like Don't Forget or Bastard, my backside not there. Why didn't know the degree like say when you listen to it, say, yeah, I know that guy, they ever go hide from backside smoke. So yeah, there are bars, but just because there are bars that you can relate to or relatable bars, sometimes it make you smile like haha. But there are some bars like clever word plays that he can make, like on his recent projects that he has been releasing. You get now this clever word play that can refer to so many things using synonyms or some things. Yeah. So in Cameroon, I just believe Yeah, like you said, for a song to go mainstream, you have to get into that side of Cameroonians because an average Cameroon Cameroonians don't need you to be too artistic for them to dive into your music. Instead, when you become too artistic, you lost them. They get lost. Yeah, for your song to get to mainstream, you don't have to think about the song too much.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of Kosi's, like his biggest hit so far, Kali song featuring Coco Ajante.
Yeah.
That song, the reason why it went viral is first the storyline.
Yep.
It's funny.
Yep.
The video was a funny video.
Yep.
The punchlines there too funny. So there's that, like Cameroonians don't really want to be all that serious music. They just want to be like,
Yes.
okay, I just want to have fun. I just want to laugh and just look at the funny side of things. Yeah. So for me, I feel like that Jovi statement is true. It's shade to the rappers who have these funny punchlines, but I don't really.
But
as
a Cameroonian, that's double standards though, because those are the other kind of lines that permit your songs to get that kind of reception. You know, as a Cameroonian, we know the reality because rap is all about your reality. Even music. If you want to keep fans or make fans relate to your songs, you have to talk about reality. And the reality of Cameroon is funny, it's sad, but when you hear somebody talking about it and you can relate to it, it's funny. Yeah, when you're going through that reality, it's sad. But when somebody talks about it, you're just like, haha, yeah, you might come be you too, you go through that same thing.
Yeah,
so
definitely. There are some times when you sit down with old friends and you guys recount crazy things you used to do in the past.
Yeah.
And then you people can laugh about it now. It's a good feeling that you can laugh about it now. And when you have a music video or song with lyrics that make you laugh about that part, it's a good feeling. It even reminds you how far you have come.
Exactly.
And all that. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Jovi is trying to throw shade, but for me, I'm like, you know what, Jovi, it's necessary.
Minus that, let's dive more into.
Majority of Cameroonians need it.
Let's dive more into the whole thing. He first of all congratulated them, right? Then the next thing he did was he said, congratulating real artists. The next thing he did was, is it a francophone competition or is it? Yeah, he made something like that, right? Yeah, he said, is it a francophone competition? Okay, now that he touched on that button, he should have just gone way in. But the reason I'm saying Jovi said, what's it? It's because
you can laugh about it now.
It's because Jovi touched on a sensitive subject which he was supposed to expand on, and when fans came into the comment section and tried to make him expand on that topic and address the real issue or address that aspect of that problem, he backtracked and said, no, I'm not talking about language here, I'm not talking about all that, I'm talking about music and blah 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 blah. That's why I say, nigga, you like, you don't want to,
guys.
Yeah. So I guess the ambassador will have to address that side of it before we move into this part that I'm talking about. So Eta, you should, moderator have to show.
So when you following, we're talking about the whole comedy thing.
Yeah, I don't really get the angle of the comedy. I just feel like there is like in the hip hop world, there are the guys who do like maybe like what the Chingies were doing.
Yeah.
And then even coming down to the Nellies, most of those Midwest guys were doing that. And then we had the New York guys were taking rap too seriously, lyrical. The West Coast guys were taking it more of lifestyle kind of. So I don't feel like it made the hip hop any less for any of these people. Although the purists in hip hop want to stand by the lyrics first, maybe the lifestyle, then the comedy. But I feel like all of these aspects are an integral part of hip hop too. So coming to Cameroon context, I feel like Jovi saying that these guys, I don't know what they're comedians or it's comedy. I feel like, well, I don't feel like I feel like it's not coming from a place of you want hip hop to be better, but I feel like it's coming from a place of why them, not me.
Yeah, it's coming from a place of I'm not happy about their winning and I want to throw shade. That's what I think.
I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. I don't think it's about why them not me. I understand what he's saying. Yeah, I know he wish he could be among them.
Really bad today, huh?
I know he wish he could be among those guys who won, right? It's obvious. Every artist in Cameroon, I think, even somebody like Kosi, what he's talking about is even if he never won, there are so many, especially somebody like, that's why I always run to Kosi because he's an Anglophone and he has been dominating for some time, But he wasn't even considered, At that point in time, he can make somebody like Jovi, even if he may be thinking that, okay, I deserve to win, but no Anglophone won. So he had to address. He came into that topic. He addressed that. Wait 1 minute. Oh, he's back. Okay, he addressed that.
Yeah, my network is acting crazy today. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but
yeah, he addressed that part of it and went into the.
I don't know if you got my point.
Yeah, I got your point.
Yeah,
I got your
you.
point. That's what I'm trying to say. To me, that wasn't the take. That wasn't what I got from it. Like, why not me but them? Yeah, because obviously he's supposed to feel like he's supposed to win. Every rapper on the planet, they think they are supposed to win everything. Okay, that's his rapper ego and even the pride, Jovi pride, because we all know he has that thing. And yeah, so just the part that he addressed, that is this thing a Franco what competition, because this is not something Cameroonian. Okay, he said a Franco something competition. When he addressed that, he touched on a sensitive topic. A topic that, to me, he would have just gone all in on that topic. But in the comment sections, I wanted to take screenshots of all those things. When fans came into the comment section and they were trying to tell him, okay, this thing has been happening for a long time in Cameroon, the Anglophones, and they haven't been getting like they have been, it's marginalization of Anglophone creators and Anglophone media spaces and all those things. Jovi came and replied again and said, je ne parle pas de l'angle, je parle de la musique et je parle des artistes et les choses artistiques, je ne parle pas blah blah blah. When I read that thing, I just stopped reading the rest of the replies or the rest of the comments, and I just said, Jovi, you motherfucker. Like, because but
you need to understand Jovi too, because he has a very huge French fan base. So I feel like sometimes even when he wants to speak out about things which he himself might feel like it's unjust, he might fear that he will alienate his majority or his huge portion of French fans.
So why address it then? Just be oblivious to it. You should have just, why say, is this a Franco something competition or a Cameroonian competition? You should have just said, congratulate the winners of the competition and you wish it would have been you. And okay, and the comedic thing, he would have just stayed with, he congratulate the winners of that competition and he congratulate the winners, but he's talking about real artists. He should have just stayed there instead of saying, is this a Franco-Cameroonese competition or is it a Orange Cameroonese blah 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 competition? Him saying that already opened up the door to that competition, to that conversation. But maybe he said it without trying to play ball, without trying to be too political about it. But when he realized that, okay, fans noticed that he's addressing a problem which maybe they have been wanting him to address for a long time, because ever since the conflict between French and like all these things have been happening, Jovi always tried to play the straight line, like try to stay on in between, impartial, He always tried to stay impartial, try to ignoring if there's any favoritism or prejudice when it comes to Anglophone Cameroon. He always tried to stay away from that, from addressing it or acknowledging that fact. But during this thing, he mistakenly did it by asking that question.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he
I
mistakenly
think his
did.
intention was not to go deep into that direction.
Yeah, he mistakenly did it by asking that question, which means it's something he has been observing, he has been seeing, but because of where he is, his career and the stakes he has in the French media space, he doesn't want to jeopardize that relationship by addressing that aspect of everything which he know is happening. He's aware that all those things are happening. So when he addressed it, those fans now came into the comment section, wanted to get into expand on that, get into a conversation, wanted him to talk on that. He now moonwalked like Michael Jackson, like, and said no. He's talking about he tried to escape from it.
Mbappe,
That's why I
yeah.
say Jovi said. That's why I use the P word on him, and I said this guy is a sucker.
What's the P word?
P. He's a P word. I used it before. Those guys who were watching this thing when it started, I said it before, but I don't. Maybe I said it and you never got it. Okay, but I will not say it here. It's
Okay. Okay. Okay, cool.
it's
Yeah,
a P
so
word that,
definitely I
that
think so.
address a cat.
That addresses a what?
A cat, an animal, a cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've not forgotten. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so
Everybody who got
yeah,
what I
so
said, write in the comment section. DJ Jazz, what's up?
hey, I cannot see the comments, so if you could read the comments, I really cannot see on my end.
Okay, then I'll need to get my glasses. I use glasses
Oh
now.
my god, you wear glasses now?
Yeah, the screen. Yeah, my screen is far, so I can read it, but
okay,
I need to
okay,
squeeze
okay.
my eyes to read it. Okay, yeah, we're good now. Okay,
Okay.
good. DJ Job say hi, boss lady. Mindolo, shut I am up.
Hi, DJ.
Gazi Rex. Gazi Rex say hello. Hello, Gazi Rex. DJ Job say Libby, nice topic.
Hi.
Yeah. It's the boss lady, not me. It's Eta. She already said she doesn't feel comfortable about that. Feel comfortable by the title boss lady. Okay. It's Eta. She said we should stop it, so she came up with a topic. So Eta, nice topic. Like the captioning and the rest, nice topic. Okay. What's cooking today, guys? That's Gazi Rex asking. Yeah, just read the topic of the video and then you know what's cooking. Like Jovi addressing that Orange award? Orange Music Award, right? Yeah, so that's what we are talking about, and Jovi's reaction to the award, and even our own reaction to the award, you know. Yeah, so DJ Javi say the marginalization is huge in Cameroon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that Jovi tried to address it. Jovi tried to touch on it, but when he realized that he was getting into deep waters, he decided to step back.
Backtrack.
Yeah, to backtrack. That's what I say.
Although I don't know. That's one of my issues I always had with Jovi, because I feel like he sounds like somebody who can be an engaged artist, but I feel like he shies away from it.
He knows what he's afraid. Let's just keep that fact that Jovi is outspoken and the rest, and he fears nobody. Jovi, this is a fact. Jovi is afraid to address that topic because he's afraid of the impact it will have on his French fan base.
Yes.
I don't think it's just his French fan base. I also feel like the
Ali Camara, hello.
So I don't know if he's willing to go to prison like Lapiro and Valsero.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants his passport confiscated like Longue. So it has been shown that, our unengaged artists are being engaged in a different way. So he's not only looking at his fan base, I feel like he also does not want that smoke.
So
I think there are a lot of reasons why he shies away from that, from going deep and really addressing those topics. But yeah, it is what it is. Like the ambassador said, I feel he really has the potential of, like, if he wants to become an engaged artist and want to speak about a lot of things, a lot of people first get behind him first, and he has the way with words, so he can do that well. Like, he can play with words very well to address the various issues that we all see, but I feel like that's not a path he wants to go down.
I don't feel like it only has to be Jovi. I feel like that's something we are lacking in Cameroon. I remember the last time we were talking and I was like, you imagine like the guys like Olamide, most of his songs, he will say, the governor, this, that's my daddy, that's my father, in his songs and things.
Yeah.
It's not just for shouting out, but it's because he knows he comes with numbers. And when he puts that leverage on the table, when he goes to the project to meet the governor, they will easily cough out the millions. That's also another source of money into the entertainment industry. When he has a legitimate complaint, he can go and channel it directly to the governor. But we really don't have artists who have that kind of connection and that kind of power. Most of them, we see them in rooms when it's to come and answer, yes, sir, and to take the pictures so that the people that want to stand with them look good. But I don't feel like we have any artists who's really commanding and making things happen like that.
He has to go with even most artists in Cameroon. No, Jovi in particular, because trust me, even Malox has spoken about this. They think that prejudice, he has addressed it because he's aware of it. Everybody has addressed it, but Jovi, no. Jovi just tried to act like je suis Cameroun, je ne suis pas anglophone, ou je suis. He even said it in his song, and that's the only thing he said, je suis Cameroun.
Yes.
So him doing that, he's just like, man, I'm afraid of touching this.
On another side, right?
Yeah.
I was happy when he said that because partly I feel that way too.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's good to be consistent with your message and your brand. The same who says Je suis Cameroun, knowing what Je suis Cameroun means, that it's bilingual.
Yeah.
The majority is French.
Yeah.
Orange, we know Orange is dominantly existing in the French market.
Yeah.
So, and he said it in one of the posts, the things, it's a marketing thing. Of course, it will be a marketing thing. Orange should not come here. There is not a branch of your Ministry of Arts and Culture. They're there for business. So it has to be a marketing thing. The only arm of Orange which is in touch with the society like that is the marketing branch. So it has to be a marketing thing. That's no news, and that's what they should do because it's a business first. So marketing-wise, their numbers are mostly in the Francophone region. And if these are the people that they feel like will do the best trending things in the Francophone region for them, then they're all right to do what they are doing. When you have your own money, do your own show and then be just with it. But this is their money, this is their own show, and they have a vision for it.
But the problem now, the problem wasn't the marketing thing. Yeah, he addressed that it's the marketing thing and the rest. The problem wasn't that. The problem is they said it is a Cameroonian thing, but they picked out French people. Yeah. Okay. All these things you are explaining, I understand. Okay.
Orange is mostly French, so and you go ahead.
Yeah, all these things you are talking about, understand, okay? That French and mostly Francophones use Orange. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah, mostly Francophones use Orange. So I was just saying, like, even when we think about it and say, okay, they are talking about artists who dominate the French media or French region or French artists. Kosi is even dominating it more than this, more than Minx and Happy. Why didn't they pick Kosi? That was what we were all talking about. At the moment, Kosi is dominating more than that Happy. How long has Happy been in the game?
It's highly confirmed. Like, you move on the street here in Yaoundé, you hear Kali song, Mompalapala more than like the Happy.
So Happy hasn't been in the game for so. Then they gave Minx.
That's my problem, though. The only person that list that I have a problem with is Minx.
No,
I feel like
even Happy. The only person that deserved it on that list was Malox. If they gave it to Malox, I have no problem with Malox. Okay, no problem with Malox. They would have given the next one to Jovi, and maybe they pick a lady for the third one. And if they picked any lady, it would have been somebody like a Blanche. She's mixed Anglophone, both Anglophone and Francophone. Daphne still mixed. Mimi still mixed. You see. Those three girls, they should have picked one of these girls. Or even Charlotte Zipanda.
That's what I was just saying earlier on, where I was like, that's why I said I don't feel like Jovi's comments are coming from an artistic place. It's more of like, why them, not me?
Okay, let's look at what Skize Yenka is saying, right? Because he has a different point of view. He's saying it's not marginalization in this case. The Anglophone artists did little or nothing to campaign for votes. I'm sure Orange didn't disclose the amount to be won, except what the fans voting will win. It came as a surprise. Malox and Happy campaigned for votes the highest. or can have the best song on that beat and try to campaign, but he is still a new name. Okay. So it might just be a simple case of they did not do enough marketing to get their fans to vote for them.
I do not even see the announcement.
Anglophones are known for that. I will be honest with you guys. Anglophones are known for that. I've been in a couple of shows where probably I'm with the people doing the things, and you tell Anglophones to maybe campaign for votes or sell tickets, and they're like, where in the world do you see artists selling tickets? And artists the sales team should be doing. So they already feel like, I feel like we come with a bit of entitlement, so we feel like we deserve things.
Yeah.
There's a certain way I see Francophone artists going on the street and they're hungry and they're selling their CDs, which Anglophone artists feels like, I'm an artist, why should I be on the street?
Because they copy from the successful
I should not be selling
companies.
things. So if that comment from Skizzy is saying that maybe the Anglophones did not campaign for votes, and Orange marketing ploy was you push out the most and then you bring in the numbers, and based on the numbers you push out, then we give the award or the winners. I feel like it really sounds like that's what Anglophones can do, to ignore an award and feel like they are all celebrities on the streets of Moliko. Why should we be campaigning for?
Because honestly, I'm a fan to this Anglophone artists, a lot of these artists, but I didn't hear about it. I did not hear about it.
I didn't even hear about it. The thing, the nomination, even the voting. I didn't even know. That's why I asked.
Being nominated for Afrima and other award shows, but this one I did not hear about.
That's why I asked. Now, how did this thing even occur? Is it that it's about guys who dominate the media, or what? That's why I was asking, because I never saw any nomination. I never heard any announcement. I never heard anything. I just saw these guys have won this award, and it's for Cameroon. This.
But also, you recall I asked you off air, I was like, who is managing the happy guy?
Yeah.
Because I know too, it also depends on your management. If your management is able to go into those rooms, they have these orange guys' numbers, orange guys have their numbers, certain things will flash more in the Anglophone side, certain things will flash more in the Francophone side, because certain people, like we know.
Yeah, his internet is frozen again. The manager's name, that guy's name is, I think he's the same guy working with Gomez now. It's because Gomez told me his name. Their name is.
Wow.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely there's a lot. There are a lot of things that come in play for you to win, obviously, in one of these competitions, and it might just simply be a case of you didn't do enough work to get people to vote for you. So Skizzy saying happy deserved it, bro. He was doing campaign for votes. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
We understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, we get the point. I understand that.
Case.
But I don't know how was that information passed out. When was the award even? Maybe the same way we didn't even notice that this thing was out. That was the same way maybe those other guys didn't even notice they think they were nominated for those things.
No, we can have that. We can have that excuse, but the artists don't have that excuse.
Yeah. I think if an artist is nominated for an award, they will know about it. I don't think you'll be a surprise.
They should know.
Yes, they should know about it, and their fans know through them. Like I don't follow Orange Cameroon. I don't follow their social media page, but I follow this artist. So if I need to vote for an artist, it's not going to be Orange that's going to tell me to vote for the artist. It's the artist that has to tell me that, you know what, go vote for me.
I mean, I feel like every artist in Cameroon should have somebody on their team who goes on Orange and MTN's page every day. Even if it's just to say hi or to like something. But they should be on those platforms being aware of what's happening.
Yeah, but we started off by saying we have this issue in Cameroon where people, like an artist will be their manager, their PR, their everything, their designer and everything. So a lot of these artists, I don't think they have enough people on their team that they could assign one person just for looking at these social media platforms.
And whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
It's not like there's any trying to blame anybody. Of course, it's nobody's fault. You cannot blame anybody. But it's just a reality.
No, I feel like it's the artist's fault.
It's the artist's fault that they don't have enough people on their team.
Of course.
How?
Are they willing to work with the team?
Okay.
So there are two things here. There are two things here. If you know you are not able to lead a team, then work within a team. But our artists have that problem of they cannot lead a team, but they don't want to work within a team, so they are floating in the air. Because I say at the end of the day, whose livelihood depends on this thing? It's not the orange manager. His salary is going to flow every month end. It is your job to go out there to get these things. It is not his job to come and knock on your door and ask your mother where your room is to come and tell you that there's an orange award. It is your job to go out there, get the team, get the manager, or do the job. But if you don't get the results, it's a problem for you, it's not a problem for him. So you should be the one making the effort.
Okay.
So I want to go on to read what Kizzy is saying because he's adding some more value to the conversation. He's saying Anglophones were not aware something like this was going on because they didn't do it. They were feeling entitled, man. It has been going on for months. There was a press conference for it. There was even a press conference.
Exactly.
Wait, like even the blogs. I don't think even these blogs covered it.
Okay.
The blogs where you go to get, like even the blogs did not cover this thing.
Our artists are busily looking at Grammys. That's where they are looking at now.
That's like I've seen everywhere this person submitted for Afrima. This is, but the local award shows, I guess they are like.
You cannot believe the way I talk to artists on the streets of Boya and they are so hyped about a Grammy, and I'm like, do you even know how far you are from a Grammy? How many steps? If not that, some lightning of luck can touch your life. How far you are from a Grammy? That the main thing on your mind now is talking about strategies for Grammy. What? Because Burna Boy has won it. Both of you now, since you take the same things, you two want to go there. Same journey.
Take the same things there. Okay, yeah, so I guess we have touched on that a lot. Now there's this last rant that I want us to touch on. I don't know, because like reading it, I'm getting my understanding is he's talking about a manager who wanted to take 40% and give artists 60%, and the artists are not pleased with it. Then the manager goes behind their back since he's not happy, tries to block their line from getting on trade, but the artists still succeed to get these different opportunities. Like I felt like he was trying to pass a message, like an encrypted message, or I don't know, like if you have read, like the ambassador at the beginning, you have read that man, what he said. Could you like explain? Say Jovi. Oh, you have not read the one when he talked about a manager, Patu Ebonge.
Yeah, where he was talking about Patu Ebonge.
Oh, really?
Where il dit il est managé par Patu Ebonge, quelqu'un qui je peux qualifier comme un cancer. C'était le vrai système. Patu a voulu manager tout le monde à un moment avec son pourcentage de partage 60% pour l'artiste et 40% pour lui. Beaucoup d'artistes ont refusé et Guignol a pris le deal. Partout était à trace. Il a essayé de bloquer nos vidéos, mais la musique est trop forte. Donc, il a recruté le Guignol. Maintenant, constatez bien, on ne montre sa musique nulle part, sauf sur les réseaux sociaux et au bled. Tu es star musicien avec une grande fanbase. Fais le show dans d'autres régions du Cameroun et tu vends les albums. Sinon, c'est le bruit du Facebook.
Yeah, so he touches a lot of things there. First, the manager wants to take 40, 60, then he turning it down, then going behind his back to block his line. Then also he threw shade at the artist who was finally signed by the manager, saying that if you are an artist, if you're truly an artist and you have a fan base, is it just a Facebook fan base? Could you go to different regions and actually get fans to come and watch you, or is it just Facebook fans? So he touched on a lot of things there. Firstly, I want to know, like the 60-40%, is it an outrageous amount for a manager to take?
Listen, it is outrageous when it comes to, let's just say, a record deal where you sign all your rights to the record label, where the record label pays for your production. You know, when they pay for your production and they have your distribution and your publishing, it's only but normal that every time you release a project or anytime money comes in, they need to recoup everything they've invested. When they recoup, you guys can now agree on sharing the dividends. But he's just a manager in this case. So a manager does not deserve above, even if it is too much, it should be 30%. But I know most managers go between 15 to 20%. But I don't know the guys who decide to go with 30. You know, if it is too much, most of the guys who go borderline is 30% for managers. That is if the manager, the opportunity that brought in the money was presented by the manager or was facilitated by the manager. That's the only case the manager deserves to get that percentage. But it also goes back to when Fish split with ATM. The reason was most of the money was coming in because of Fish's own personal ventures that he's doing, and he's bringing himself shows, not the record label. He's bringing himself shows, he's bringing himself maybe partnerships and all these things, but that record label still want their cut. I don't blame them for wanting their cut, because maybe they invested money in him, you know. So he's bringing money not through the management of the record label, but through his own personal ventures. So they want to recoup the money they maybe spent on him, you know.
But that's that same thing I say. Our artists, they are not willing to lead a team, but they are not so willing to follow. Let's take the example of Fish. A music label is out there maybe sponsoring your videos. The video is on Boom TV and everybody is seeing you. But because you are out there on the street and then the manager calls you like, so can you come for this show? You feel like because he saw you on the stand, he just called you. But you don't know that the video which that label sponsored was the thing that first got into the manager's mind. The song which maybe they helped you to record is what his children were playing at home. Then he paid attention now to who is Fish. But just because, so I feel like there is a whole team effort behind the investment in you before you start cashing in. Not because the money comes directly to your hand, do you feel that the distribution house or the management team has no use? Because all the efforts they have been doing on the side is contributing to the main thing you are receiving.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
On the other hand, on the other hand, I feel like we also feel, I remember somebody was saying that in Cameroon, artists feel like they deserve everything, right? So for me, you can even get 20%. One, it's a very risky terrain. The Cameroonian music industry is very risky. So when artists are not willing to, even when they have money, they're not willing to put their money on the line. So when this person puts his money on the line, the faster he can get his money out of the risky venture, the better for him. So that means that he has to put a very large percentage so that he can cash in very fast out of his money.
Yeah.
You are not willing to risk anything, but you also want to have a large percentage because you feel that you are God's gift to earth. You have a talent. But when you that talent, like now we mentioned Fish, he left the guys. If he was so good at the street money coming to him and coming without the management, what became of Fish? Thank God that big brother came along. Only God knows what would have happened. He. In fact, let's just leave the rest for another show.
Want to leave the rest for which show? Which other show? Yeah, but you know what? What just comes to my mind is right. Like it's true, all of these different people have a role to play. The manager has their role, the artist, the label, and each of them have to work together. But like going back to this Jovi post and talking about this kind of deals, right? And like how Jovi turned this deal down, but there was somebody who accepted the deal. So it just reminds me of this post that we talked about a certain day where we're talking about artists making certain decisions out of desperation, right? Because it can only be you feeling desperate that will make you sign this kind of deal. And it also reminds me of another topic which we have spoken about, of artists getting a side hustle. When you have a side hustle and you can at least pay your rent and feed yourself, then you will not get to make these kind of desperate deals where you give somebody a very huge percentage and then you cannot stay in it for long. Because I feel like one of the reasons why artists don't stay in teams for a long period of time is because like the foundation of how the partnership started was not a good one. Yeah. One person was desperate and one person took advantage of their desperateness, right? Yeah. So, and once the person becomes less desperate, they start seeing clear and being like, no, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And they
So
can,
that a lot of these things.
and they can only
Yeah.
get to that point of not feeling desperate after they have gone through the result of the effort put in by those guys are now coming to fruition. That is reducing the stress of
Exactly.
the stress that actually made them feel frustrated at first. When you reduce that stress, you start seeing things like, okay, this thing is happening like this. I'm in this kind of position now. I can take this kind of decision, negating the things that happened or the process that took you to that position where you felt like, okay, I have the choice to make the decision. You know, yeah. So
Yeah.
And I feel like it's borderline dishonest though. Because in the back of their minds, even when we're signing that deal, you are feeling that it's not a fair deal. But because you need it to pay your bills at that time,
Yeah.
you sign it. In your mind, as soon as you have the break where you base, like you fool that person to feel that I'm with you. And most of the time, like
Exactly.
I always say these things, I'll be talking from a different angle of passion because I've lost money in this whole entertainment thing. But at that time, that guy is their brother, man. He's bro, he's your family, we are blood.
yeah.
But as soon as he has his feet on the ground, brother, blood, everything out of the window. Now he's the exploiting
devil.
white man wants
Right.
You want us to
Yeah,
talk
so-
business. Yeah, at that point,
Yeah,
let's talk
yeah.
business. Yeah, so most of, like in Cameroon, most of these things that artists always leave deals after these guys have put in that amount of all these things. The morally accurate or correct thing to do is, these guys, when you see them start trying to impose this kind of high percentages on you, the fact is they need to recoup what they invested. Nobody has to argue with that, because when they see revenue coming in through you, sometimes because the revenue is coming through art, because they invested in you because of your art, because of music, because of your stardom, your personality, and all those things. If the revenue is coming in because you're a star, because of your art, because of your star power and all those things, they need a percentage of that artistic money to recoup what they invested in you. When they do all that, then you guys can now say, okay, I'll give you 15 or 20%. There's no problem. You understand?
Exactly.
But these guys, they get to a point where, or another one can be, when you get into that kind of a deal, some of them expect you to keep pumping in the money without them even being in any situation where they can generate money for you just to recoup. And some guys, some record label guys or some investors even stick in it, which yeah, that's a risky one. It all depends on the deal you came in with. Sometimes that's why I orientate guys and say, if you want to get into a deal with an artist, usually somebody who hasn't made it, you should do this, and this. Don't get into that. If not, you'll get into deep waters. Yeah, but this thing is, it's unfair. Talking about that Ibonge man who is trying to block all these things, like, if you think
On trade,
that was also unfair. You know, him trying to block those other guys who independently made it or tried to get to that point of their career. That was foul too. That's
No, but I feel like at times we assume that the guy is blocking. He's not necessarily blocking, but he's just pushing just his own.
okay.
So imagine somebody's working for Trace, and when he's asked like, who are the artists in Cameroon, and he's like, yeah, I have my guy, he's called this, that. He has just mentioned his guy. It's not like he has blocked you, but now Trace starts focusing on his guy, and his guy is getting big, and you're feeling like he has blocked all the others and he's pushing his guy. No, he just pushed only his guy.
Okay, understand this.
That's one.
Okay.
Another thing I wanted to say was, one of the reasons why we're not growing in Cameroon is because, like the example we gave, once that team does that and you start feeling out like you are stable, but you forget that when you build a house, you put the foundation, you lift up the walls. Especially if it's supposed to be a story building, depending on the number of floors, those are the number of deckings which you have to put. You will still need that team again to put the next decking to go to the next floor. But once you have put the first floor and you lifted up the walls, you start feeling like, oh, I already have a house. You kick out that team. What happens now when you have to hit the decking? So we all get stuck, and at times, if the decking is not even there, rain falls on those walls, the walls will even fall down. That's an analogy I'm just using to say that once we put artists on a certain level, we still need that team now to go into national. We still need that team to build the next wall to go into continental. We need that same team to go into global. Look at the steady run Burna Boy has had with his mother as the lead of his management team from Nigeria, South Africa, Africa, Europe, and then the world now. But most of the time, once we just hit above local, international, we kick out the team.
If you think about it, even Davido, most of these guys who have gone to global stages, the guys they started with the team, they are still with the team.
The same team.
Steady teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like an action plan which is really successful is a long-term team.
Exactly.
So
it's
if
something
you
they
change
all
your
planned
team,
for and worked on it.
Exactly.
And
I want to read the comments a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry, before you go, let me just read the comments.
Okay.
Kizzy says, I think they thought only fans will win because winning prize was only for the fans, so they thought it was a fan benefit thing. So I think that is addressing the previous topic, saying it was mostly the fan prizes which were advertised. Then we have Jike saying, I'm Francophone, I'm Boko Gang for life. Hi, Jike. So Neto came with Boko Gang Fire. Then he goes on to say, Boss Lady, please always inform the family on going live. Just a link will help. David, I thought you
shared it
the
on
link.
instead on Bulletin side. Maybe he's talking about sharing it on other side, on other platforms, or maybe.
Oh, okay. Neto, noted. We'll try to do that.
Yeah.
Skizzy is saying, Patu is not a small name. It's not a small name too, so I understand why they would do that. Okay, so basically the manager who Jovi is talking about is probably a big name in the industry, and the artists are probably feeling like they'll benefit a lot if they sign for him. So an artist might feel like, I'll give him that 40% because I'm actually going to benefit a lot if I go with him because he's a big name in the industry.
So what I wanted to say is there can be a reason why they think he's blocking them from getting to that point, because just put this scenario, the ambassador, when there can be submissions to Trace, okay, those songs actually get to Trace. It's not like you needed somebody to get that thing to Trace a file or doorsteps and all that thing. So they have a certain amount of songs which they can pick for a certain region or a certain country, okay. So when your songs finally make it there, make it there, they now start sorting out and say, okay, let's pick this one, let's pick this one, let's pick this one. There's a probability that if he sees yours among that bunch, he may say, I prefer we go with that one instead of this one. There's a probability that can still happen. That's still knocking. If you think about it, it's still knocking. So sometimes those songs get that, say, I think we should go with that one, but because those songs, understand? Wait, let me land.
Libya, are you saying that? I want to ask you a question. Still, I'll leave you continue.
Yeah.
Are you saying that if I've signed a deal with somebody, and my deal is to push that person, I'm not going to propose the person's name over any other Cameroonian?
No, you should propose the person's name over Cameroonians, and you already have a link to that company. So you are the person taking your person's record to that person. But what if the person's record already found their way to that bunch during the sorting process?
So wait, now they have 5 slots. For my person to get into the 5 slots, somebody's name has to leave.
Okay, understand this. Okay, you have one person, they have 5 slots. Okay, they tell you, they tell you, of course you put your one person in that list.
And let's be honest though, other Cameroonians have been played on Trace Africa, so we cannot say that it's only people passing through him.
That is why I'm saying, understand this. There are so many curators those are curators that work with Trace, that curate music. They want Trace select. There are so many curators where he can be one of them. Okay, so getting to the point where, so I'm talking in respect to what Jovi said. So getting to the point where he said they are even trying to block us, but the music still goes through. This is what I think he meant. When the song makes it to Trace doorsteps, Trace already has the file. They already know they can broadcast this song. But because somebody else told us to go with another song, they kept it on the sideline and went with another song. But that song started generating buzz somewhere else. Since they already had it, they had now to display it, proving that somebody made that song, stop the display of that song initially. But because the song made waves somewhere else, Trace decided to display because they wanted to capitalize off the fan base that song is building somewhere else. Because TV stations work of art, the work of viewership. So that's why they go between popular artists. They always play those guys' songs, and they play new artists once in a while because they need You understand?
Anyway, for me, I just, when I see some of these Jovi rants, I just start feeling like maybe he's about to release a new project. That's his marketing thing. He usually just wants to get attention on me.
Because it's October, he always
I take
releases
all of these
towards
things
this
with a
time.
pinch of salt.
Yeah, he always releases.
Yeah, because like how he concludes by saying that actually he's in a good place. That if he tells you that it's also hard for him, then he'll be lying to you. So like I don't see that, because when I saw this and he called out the person's name, I actually felt like, was he just calling out any name, or there's somebody who has this name and he's calling the person out? Like, is he that bold to do that? And I'm like, if actually he's calling this person out, there's no reason for him to really do that now. If he's in a good place, everything has worked out well for him, and he's even saying some of the person's artists, they cannot sell even up to 15 copies. They cannot have shows somewhere. Like, when you're in that good place, you don't need to be like trampling on the people who are not able to make it. Yeah, you're in a good place. Just be happy and be happy with your life. Why do you have to call the person out?
Yeah.
So when I see this kind of thing, it's definitely like, he probably just wants to get people talking, which, it's upsetting.
Listen.
So with Jovi, you never can tell what is his definition of a good place.
What's his definition of a good place?
No.
He says he's in a good place.
Every time every
you
human
cannot
being
define his good place.
This is what I believe. Every time any human being feels some sort of emotion externally, that's what they feel internally. It's as a result of something that he may have come across that may have affected his mood, affected his well-being, affected his state of mind. That may not be affecting him financially, but maybe mentally that thing is fucking with him. There may be so many things, but there's something wrong mentally that has pushed him to getting into that negative space to address those kind of things.
Yeah.
There's something.
Yeah.
You cannot be happy and fine and just wake up and start insulting people.
Then
it's
you
impossible.
Addressing this kind of negative thing. Yeah.
He may be saying, but I'm fine though. Yeah, you can be fine financially, but maybe something is pissing you off. But not that.
Yeah.
And that's the broadest thing to address, and you just pour that frustration and you vent on it.
Yeah, definitely.
An exit point.
We have Abdul saying greetings from Sierra Leone, Esther. Watch it live from Spain. Hi, Abdul. Welcome to the Contrast family. So I want us to briefly touch on this, because I know, I think we have probably spoken about this before. He also said something about having online fans but not being able to fill a stadium. Does anybody have anything to add? Because I know like we have spoken about that, but probably we have something to say again.
It is majority of Cameroon A-list artists though. That statement applies to so many Cameroon A-list artists and B-list artists. That statement applies to almost 80% of Cameroon entertainers. So to me that's because Cameroonians, I believe those guys believe the following, like having the high amount of followers equates to you getting opportunities and open doors and all that, and that's also, it's also bad, because sometimes when they have this amount of followers, it inflates their ego and inflates their what they think is their wage, and it prevents them from getting so many shows. And that was one of the reasons. One time I heard Blanche complaining that the bigger you get, the more difficult it is for you to get a show, because this, you understand, because I was thinking about her wage is going up. When she thinks she's going up, her wage is supposed to go up. So when you approach her and ask her, okay, I want you to come and perform here, how much should I pay you? You call a humongous amount that may make those guys and say, do you even believe you can sell, you can generate that amount of money? So sometimes most of these things, the social media following inflate most of these guys' egos, and it hinders so many things. The reason Jovi is saying that is because he has, I think, among like A-list artists, he has the smallest follower. Even Renice has more following than him. But the foundation he has put in place to keep generating revenue for himself, either through sales or if he has to go out for shows, he has a pocket that he goes to all the time, like a market. That's why I even said something like Mr. Leo is trying to cater to that. I
always have a problem with this though.
What?
I always have a problem with this picture of painting like Jovi is doing okay.
No, he may not be doing okay. Okay, what's okay? Okay means maybe you can be financially stable.
Okay is it's not stable like staying stagnant on the same level. It's steady growth. So I feel like Jovi is not having steady growth, and it's a problem for me because I feel like those are the things which
for you
are killing our industry.
For you, that's a personal preference and personal opinion. That's what you think for you is okay, and it means steady growth. To some,
I can always speak for me.
Yeah. For some people, it is they are at a point of sustenance. All their bills can be taken care of. Their family is taken care of. They don't care if they move up, but where they are can cater to the needs to where they are at the moment.
Let's talk on the platform. For you, do you think that Jovi should be talking on a place of sustenance?
Every human being has their preference. If that's what he wants, if he feels
I'm just asking you. That's what I'm asking you.
As a Jovi fan. You have known Jovi for all this. What do you think?
As a Jovi,
any expectations you have for him?
I have no expectation for him. The only thing I have for him is not expectations I have for him, but what I wish or he may consider doing, because it's not a must that he should aim for a Grammy or aim for those things. I can only wish that I wish this guy can put enough effort and move forward. Yeah.
Being honest, I've gotten the hit from Boko Gang and all of those people. I feel like Boko Gang is selling Jovi shots. And somehow he's buying into their cocktail.
Yeah.
And feeling like because they're hyping him, that's it.
Okay.
But I feel like Jovi has gotten to the place where Jovi should be bigger than Boko Gang, or Boko Gang should transcend into national and continental level.
International level, yeah.
Why do you say that though? Has Jovi expressed that was his aim or his goal?
Yeah,
I use the word. If you notice, every time I say I feel like.
Exactly.
I don't have Jovi
sometimes
I don't know. I keep on saying what I feel like.
So
I think definitely. For me, as a Jovi fan, I would love to see Jovi on the international stage.
Exactly, that's what we should say.
Places. That's what I would love to see as a Jovi fan.
Yeah.
Now, what Jovi likes personally, obviously, none of us can know this because we are not personally in touch with Jovi. We are not his therapists. We don't have those kind of deep conversations with him. But I can always speak from a point of view of a fan, and as a fan, I really wish his okay would have been steady growth. But I don't want us to deliberate on this so much because there's something I would like us to talk about, and we have already passed our 1 hour mark. But this is something which I feel like it's very important for us to address. So we know the Bonte Digital Media Award is coming up, and he has gotten a Nigerian host, Ebuka, to host the show. And a lot of Cameroonians are not happy about this. I know this.
I thought it was Maurice Blanche that was hosting it.
No, Ebuka. There's been a video of Ebuka saying that we should wait for him. He's coming to Cameroon.
They said he'll be coming to Cameroon.
Yeah. So there have been some hosts, some MCs who have come out and be very vocal about it and say like, this is not okay. They are very good MCs here, MCs who are even better. But Ebuka, because he has gotten money and Nigerians are willing to pay him well, he has been able to brand himself, and so they feel like he's better than them, but they are actually good enough to handle the show. Why are you going to get a Nigerian host to come and host Bonte Digital Media Award? What do you guys think?
So, personally, I'm so sick and tired of these Cameroon supporting your own out of sleep. Exactly. You can actually see that I like. People feel that the money comes before the work, but no, it's the other way around. The work comes before the money. Saying that because Ebuka has had money, that's why it's of that quality, it just already tells me that you don't even know where you are going at. And what do Cameroonians want? I think like we need the prayers. I don't know what we want, but I feel like we need prayers, right?
Okay.
The same Cameroonians, when we got Tito Valerie to host the show, a Big Brother show, which was also trying to build something, they went at him, saying that his shoes were looking up, he did not change his suit, this one smooth banger like that. Those were Cameroonians. And you feel that any normal businessman in his right state of mind is going to take another Cameroonian to do the same thing to sabotage his show again. They should contribute their money, go fund me, and then hire their own how do they call it? MC for the event. You don't talk about some other person's money.
Yeah, because when like you said, when Tito Valerie and this girl, what's her name, Vicky Fonkala, yes, there was a lot of criticism. Cameroonians came at them, tearing them apart, and all that. And they felt like they ruined the show. And so if you are somebody who you're hearing that, and that's some of our best MCs we have in Cameroon, and you're hearing that this MC did not do a good job and Cameroonians are not happy, they ruined the show, why would you trust to put your money and still get a Cameroonian MC to do the job? Yeah, Delibi, you have a lot to say. Say it.
I don't. Honestly, I thought
You don't?
I thought Maria Blanche was hosting it. Because she even posted about it. Even Bonte posted it. I thought it was Maria Blanche.
But maybe because some of these shows you have a male and a female host.
Yeah, so Moriel is the female host.
Yes, but Ebuka, he
but I don't even know,
coming.
And I thought it was a smart
move to use
Maria
Blanche. Shows, though?
What?
Muriel Blanche, I've never seen her host a show.
Yeah, but she has the fan base and she has the community that will pull the eyeballs to that show. That's why I say it's smart. I thought it was smart to pick her and even Ebuka, and that's just confirmed one thing to me. Bonte has decided to spend money this year. Yeah.
But my question is, if Muriel Blanche is not eloquent enough but looks good enough, are we selling Cameroon short or are we representing 237 in the best way? I've watched a couple of her interviews. She does not look like she does not look like the most eloquent
she
person.
has to go and be on the same level with Ebuka as an
Understand
MC.
This.
And so
Maria Blanche represents I get why Cameroonians are talking the way they are talking, because I believe Ebuka will represent the English part of the show and Maria Blanche will represent the French side of the show. And this one thing we cannot for sure that Maria Blanche is not how do I put it? She's
not eloquent. She's not a Ebuka level. She can be the bouquet girl, the girl to carry the flower to welcome Ebuka.
No. That's your personal perception of her. There is nothing that can tell me Maria Blanche is not suitable enough to do that. To me, that was the perfect pick. And
I asked a question: is she eloquent enough in French?
Perfect. To me, it's perfect.
Okay.
To me, Maria Blanche was the best. There was no girl more suited for that, and she's too expensive.
Which show has she hosted before?
No, you don't go about which show have you hosted before. You're almost asking me like when you go for a job, they tell you they need 3 years working experience when you just graduated, but you actually have the experience to do the job. But
there are certain sensitive jobs which will not give somebody who does not have years of experience. So saying that it's now almost like Cameroon versus Nigeria. Nigeria will be looking at Cameroon because Ebuka is coming to Cameroon. And the best food we have to put forward is an apprentice animatrice.
Yeah, say what he's bigger than what people say. So Delibi, bro, you had to pay it by 5K yesterday. What? For what? I paid everybody. I told they paid everybody. They give away. You see, giveaway people are coming to. They paid everybody yesterday. So if you did not get your 5K yesterday, maybe you didn't win. So yeah. So let's digress from that. Okay, it's like Ita has left us this time. It's her turn. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying is Maria Blanche. Yeah, Maria Blanche is perfect for this thing, and her personality. I think you need to watch her more. You need to study her more. Then you understand that. Okay.
I watched her interviews, man. I've watched her interviews.
No, you've watched her interviews. Have you seen her work? Interviews are different from work. Have you seen Kendrick Lamar interviews? Have you seen J. Cole's interviews?
I've watched her interviews. I watched her on Panye when she was acting. I watched her when she's doing her charity things, when she was launching her boutique.
Even
I
movies.
feel like she's a very social person, but not a very, like when you're doing animation, you should know how to carry the crowd or mesmerize the crowd in your choice of diction.
Okay, so do you
That's what
think?
impresses me
Okay,
when somebody is doing that.
do you think Cardi B is eloquent enough?
I'll
No,
not.
Cardi B is not.
I'm not. I don't
Exactly.
think
When I
so.
first watched Cardi B, when I first watched her on Breakfast Club, I felt like she was borderline. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly. But
What?
she pulls. But do you see the
Delibi said
numbers?
exactly. Missy agrees with me. I don't be worried. Go ahead, Delibi. I'm listening.
No,
So
not that I agree with
borderline.
you. It's just that it's her. I don't.
Okay.
Okay, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that was your point of view. She wasn't. You don't feel like she wasn't. But have you seen some of the panels or the shows she has co-hosted? Have you seen the numbers and the result of the shows? The output is the personality. It's translating what you do in other aspects and bringing that on stage. I'm not talking about her music, like just her talking, hosting shows. It works. It's her personality. Like what I'm. It's almost the same thing with Monreal Blanche. She's perfect for that.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
those are
I
two
feel like
things. I feel like she can be good, but putting her against Ibuka.
She's
Yeah.
perfect. Don't say putting her against Ibuka.
Yeah, but,
It's
but what I think is right. Definitely, Muriel Blanche, she has this following, and so if she tells her people that okay, I'm going to be hosting the show, it's good for the show. So I think when he was choosing the MCs, I think he had that in mind. That's why he made the choice for Ibuka instead of a Cameroonian MC who does not have as much of a following. But now I think we are drifting away from the main thing which people are debating about. Is not the Muriel Blanche, the fact that a Nigerian was chosen instead of a Cameroonian to represent the Cameroonian side, to represent the English-speaking side.
yeah.
So yeah, so for me, my thought process is like, okay, I get why you as a show host, you will be an owner of a show. You want to pull the audience, you want to pull the eyes, so you're going for somebody who has a lot of following. But now I'm thinking, Ebuka's following is more of Nigeria. Is he sure his fan base, Ebuka's fan base, will be interested enough to watch a show where the awards will be given mostly to Cameroonians?
Ibuka's following is also Cameroonian. Come and see how Monaco girls are shouting when Ibuka is on the TV. How they're talking about his dressing. I've not seen them talk about any celebrities put together. They only talk about Mr. Leo's Timberland boots and how do they call the shoe looking upwards. They will not praise them like how they praise Ibuka. So you'll be very shocked that Cameroonians will follow Ibuka better than any of our own hosts.
Exactly. So now that
people are just trying to be relevant now.
So the point. So we now come to the same thing. This award show, we shouldn't forget that Bonte, this award show, he's still building up the credibility of the award show. So getting more people interested and watching it is the main priority. Not, you understand? So getting Ebuka, he realized that most Cameroonian, based on that inferiority complex that they have, that they favor foreigners above this, using that guy will pull in more female Anglophone girls. Since Anglophone Cameroonians like to cater when they want to listen to something English, they go for Nigeria or Ghana. So bringing that guy here will bring more of these girls who simp for the guy to watch the show. And Monreal Blanche has more simps in France, Gabon, Belgium, and French Africa. So if they bring her there, it brings more of those simps to this other side. So I believe business wife Bonte did a great job.
It's a good move.
Because as host,
yeah.
because as host, those two are, to be honest, I can just vouch for Monreal Blanche because I don't know Ibuka. I haven't watched any one thing he has done. It can be surprising, but I don't know who that guy is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he has been the host of Big Brother for some years.
He was in Big Brother.
Yeah,
he's hosting a couple of talk shows.
That's the funny thing because I don't watch Big Brother, so I don't know him. I've never watched Big Brother Nigeria. So that maybe that's.
I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, I've never watched it. Even this one, I just turning to see what Patience is trying to do to fish. That's one of the reasons I decided to turn into this.
Let me read the comments. Right?
You almost slapped him last week.
Oh, before we go to that, GK is saying he said he is about to release before this issue. So okay,
as we're about to release, as usual.
Probably about to release something. So yeah, so GK is saying he actually said that. Then he says whenever Jovi drops, I buy 10 times just to support a good work. Okay, these are his fans saying they actually do buy his projects, right? So then we have Jay-Z Rex saying, we need more talks like this to enlighten Cameroonian entertainment. Kudos, guys. Thank you for the encouraging words. Then we have Pop Kingsman saying, Deli B, my bag. Okay. You have to sort that out with him. Then let's go on to
Deli B, my guy. Money since 2018. Money.
Yeah. Money.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so we have Njike saying he's bigger than what people say. Okay, quoting Jovi himself. You are bigger than what people say. Then he says she is going to prepare for it. Okay, I think that backing Muriel Blanche. So
like I said,
honestly,
as host,
there are times when people are given certain opportunities and it's their first time and they do an awesome job in those opportunities because they want to prove a point and they want to not miss that opportunity, because if she does a good job here, then she is probably going to get more opportunities in the same light. We pray it goes well. Awesome. Because like one thing I'm just thinking about is like Muriel Blanche has this people through in Paris, through in France and all that, but she also has a huge francophone following, and we would agree that the award show in question does not really have that much attention from the francophone audience. So he's probably trying to get the attention from the Ebuka followers, who are a mixture of Niger and Moliko girls, and also the francophone following. So I think it's a logical business move. I think so.
Because to me, as a host, Muriel is perfect for that job. Like Bonte just did the right decision this year. As for the Ebuka, I don't know him, so I still need to watch some of the things he's done.
No, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, I don't know him, good. So I'm just talking based on what I know. Muriel Blanche will nail it, and Bonte did a great job using her because that will help to increase the numbers and the awareness of the show and credibility and all that. That just
Okay, let's conclude with Big Brother, right? So I guess every episode we have to talk about Big Brother because that's what's popping. Big Brother, what's up? Fish has been nominated again. He's having 21%, and next person is having 9%. Like this is, I don't even understand what's happening in this game. Like who is competing with who?
Wait,
Fish has no competition in that.
Why are these guys still nominating Fish?
We don't want to kick him out now because he's clearly a threat to all of them. So why not? Okay,
this is what we sat here and we were talking about. Okay, that something we just thought about. These guys brought Fish. The showrunners of Biggie 237. I believe these guys are on the side of patience, based on everything happening and based on what we are observing. First of all, how do they nominate house captains? Who nominate house captains?
How do they do that? The ambassador, any idea?
Because the housemates are supposed to be the ones to choose their house captain and vote for them. But if it is Biggie,
no idea.
But if it is Biggie who chose Patience, they chose her because they know the rivalry she has with Fish, who add things to the show. That's one thing. And they already know the way she feels about Fish. It's negative. Okay, so giving her that position of power over Fish, it simply tells me these guys have a plan. They have something they are doing and they are on the side of patience.
I feel like more people should already start speaking up against that plan. The same thing what Deli is saying.
And that's one. And like, when you make somebody a house captain, that person is beyond nomination for voting for relegation, which means they are already keeping her for the finals.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So my theories are slowly coming.
It's not true. It changes. It changes.
Not going to be house captain permanent.
So, okay, this is what I'm saying. Most of these guys, like
on the other hand, I felt like I don't feel like she was selected by the host, the house members.
Yeah.
Secondly, people keep on saying that normally it's the least popular people who go up for eviction.
Yes.
But why do they put Fish when it's obvious
do they
that
keep nominating Fish? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They keep pushing him there to see if he will become unpopular, and then they're putting this girl now. If you see what she did last week, where she was telling him like he should not talk when she's talking. He should not talk when she's talking. If he does not go and clean the toilets, brush the toilets, he's not going to attend the party during the weekend. And what did she even say again? He should not come and be displaying his dirtiness from his house in a social place. And I was like, what? So things with even myself, who is not a fish, really lose myself out of it.
Yeah.
She was saying it to Fish, and Fish was just staying calm, like, don't talk to me like that. So I feel like they are really wanting to use, surely, in my mind, that's just my twisted mind thinking. So Big Brother Association will forgive me for it. I was just feeling like, surely these people don't have that 12 million to give people. So they want the people that they can give them 8 million, and they'll say, just take this 8 million and hold this first. They know that Fish will not accept that kind of thing. So they want him out.
Exactly.
So that whoever takes that money now will be happy to receive whatever they give them. Because the way they are treating him, I don't guess. And I was even saying, like, if we should just make them to know that they might have a strict protest on their hand if they treat Fish anyway now, because we are officially joining the government.
Yeah. Government. Everybody is joining the government now. Almost everybody after that scenario. But this is one thing I'll have to say. Based on my experience viewing Patience, and I did not know her until the show started, and her getting into that friction with Fish. Okay, based on everything I've seen, the first thing I realized is the showrunners of the show want Fish out before the finals. That's the first thing. That's my own conclusion. The second thing I have is Patience is an unpleasant person to be around. She's very unpleasant. Like, she's a terrible human being. I need to know if that girl is in a relationship. I need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
or she has a lot of
relationship.
Or maybe she has a lot of baggage in her life that she needs to work with or see a therapist, because she's a very unpleasant person and she's letting that bleed into, those are my conclusions. But I just know the game Biggie is trying to play, we are already seeing it and we are observing it, and I know already. Biggie, I don't see two on they do. When I want Fish come up because I know I need that money. And you guys brought Fish to that show to
That's you talking now from one Big Brother to another.
You guys brought Fish into that house, okay? For that people there, they be start at the beginning testing that they live with Big Brother. I'm to make an amun and no, I know Big Brother. So, you guys brought Fish into that house to bleed off his, to soak his popularity and boost the ratings of that show, and it is working. But you guys are getting the popularity without, and you guys are seeing the foresight that this may come to bite you in the ass when it comes to paying out that money, because it's already clear that Fish will win this thing.
Trust Fish. If they don't give his money,
Facebook,
by scratching the house, they will see the
and chop now and charge. Okay, so they are trying to avoid it.
See Fish fight in the club.
Right.
You guys are trying to avoid it. Avoid paying Fish that money, because everybody knows Fish will win that thing, because we know based on Big Brother shows that we have been watching in the past, the most popular people are supposed to win that show, because this whole thing is based on rating and votes. And I don't see any P Nation in that house that will win Fish.
I don't think so. Anyway,
Nation join with United Nation, they will still not win.
I don't see it. So the best strategy in that house is for you guys to evict Fish, and that's why you guys are allowing Patience to do what she's doing. Patience has no strike. Can you imagine? She has no strike.
She doesn't have any strike.
She has no strike yet.
Oh. Wow.
And I really trying to push through. I just feel like, for me though, the best.
So what are we thinking? Because what are we thinking that Patience is working with Big Brother?
She's working with Big Brother because they are trying to push Fish to the brink to do something that will cost him to be evicted.
Or even if she's not working with Big Brother, Big Brother is instigating her. Big Brother is instigating her to do things that are working in their agenda. But for me, if they know what is good for them,
it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing because
Fish that will give his money in 3 installments. That way they can be giving him 4 million every month end.
Yeah.
Till they are done with it.
Yeah.
But they should not try to play games here. If not, they'll pay him for the.
Listen, it's almost like they had a problem, and that problem name was Fish, and Patience was a solution that just presented herself, and they just grab it.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess let's end here for today. I think we have touched on majority of the topics. I know there's the Magasco thing. We wish Magasco all well. I don't know if we have a lot to say about that. There's the Akia thing. We wish them well. Do you have something to say about it? What do you have to say about it? Things are happening. It's a sad story. We are sad about it. What else can we say? There's nothing else. I wish him all the best.
Jovi is not with you. Jovi is not with you in those wishes.
Oh my god. Yeah, but like there's not much to say now. Do you have anything to say, Ambassador?
No, not really. I just feel like some of these things, once you have put, it's a very private thing, but once you have put your life out there and you are making money out of putting your life out there, then you just have to take the good with the bad and people must talk about it. And as you said though, we wish him well, but I just feel like it's a situation that maybe did not start out well. So no matter how much we wish him well, the well cannot be too well. So we wish him well though.
Yeah, because like some of the things that are coming out, tell me what's your problem? Like what is happening here? Like why is it we don't wish him well? What's happening?
I wish him well.
You don't wish him well.
No, in this case, let me be honest. In this case, there's nothing like wishing him well. Wishing him well on what?
On
that his marriage or his life should work well.
Oh, now let me know that's it.
Wait, what's happening? What is happening? Is there something you know that we don't know? What is happening?
Now let me know that's it. The only thing I'll just have to say is the guy that girl is with now is her ex, the guy she dated before Magasco. That should say it loud. So I beg Monet talk. It's over. So there was no marriage, no relationship, nothing. That thing was
wow. Anyway, like we said, Magasco, all the best to you. All the best to all the people.
There's no best to wish in anything. What best? Wishing what? Best in what? Okay. If you say you're wishing the best, what do you think the best should be?
I don't know the best because I'm not personally in the situation. I don't know it.
Okay. Based on what you're saying, if you're wishing him the best, it means you're observing something wrong. Okay, what have you observed wrong, and what are you wishing the best from?
I just wish Magasco the best in life. Like I wish everybody.
But he has the best in life already. It means you're talking based on that scenario. Because if I don't. Video love noir.
Yeah. Anyway, like I want to guess everybody who's watching this knows what's happening because I feel like maybe we're just talking in the air. If you guys don't know what's happening, let me break it down. I don't like. I'm not the best person to tell this story because I've not been following it up that detailedly. But from what I see, the highlights I see is there were some screenshots shared. Before that, I guess the girl went on Instagram. Magasco's wife, the girl I'm talking about, Magasco's wife, went on Instagram and
maybe I don't know if I could help there.
Okay, please help because
maybe I'm following it up more closely, right? So it was the girl's birthday. Magasco in all gentlemanliness went out to wish her happy birthday.
Okay.
I feel like the girl felt like he was being a hypocrite because there was fire in the house and in public he was going out to wish her happy birthday. She came back and then put a very long note saying that she's tired of the marriage, she has filed for divorce. Magasco is a mama's boy. Magasco is a wife beater. So she's no longer interested in her. Magasco really likes her. Magasco should let her go. Then later on, Magasco came and shared some screenshots like they were chatting and someone has taken his wife's phone or something like that and someone's all posted those things. Later on, a video surfaced where the girl was partying and celebrating that birthday which she was wishing her well. Little do we know that the well he was wishing her like that, like how you're wishing him well, was that she should be partying with her ex in Limbe. And then now we have people like this, our other Inspector Derricks in the Kongusa direction. Esau Dailies who came out and did a whole long recap of the situation saying that she had inside sources and Magasco slapped the girl one time because he saw her chatting with her ex. But the girl was also mad because he was spending time with his own ex, who was a Banganjang, who was his baby mama. So there are so many exes in this equation, which I've been trying to solve these things. I've not been able to come out with a sign of X equals 2. Yes. So I just get a question mark now that X is equals to question mark.
X is
so
unknown.
Now the problem is, the problem is in that well that I'm missing Magasco. Maybe well means that girl should be her own and let him be his own. Or let them X back to their exes. That might be the well. But any well is okay.
Exactly.
Any well is well.
Exactly. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say here. That's what I'm saying, Delibi. I don't know why.
Delibi has already closed. He has closed for the day.
Listen, most people, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a whole crazy situation because I'm hearing things like she was forced to get married because he said he would commit suicide.
Yeah, she got married to him out of pity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah, so I'm just like, this is a crazy situation. Like, anyway, it's not like I don't know. I'm just feeling like my guy.
I don't want to speak my mind, but let that girl just leave that part of that story of pity.
I'm like.
Let's focus on maybe the wife beater stories more convincing.
Yes.
But the one for pity, now keep it on the side.
If you guys know the lens I'm watching this whole scenario,
please tell us. Please tell us the lens.
Say it on Contrast Podcast. No me.
Oh.
I'm sure the lady has some insider within the circle information which. If he speaks now, even I saw Daily is going to just screenshot Contrast Podcast and put on her blog.
Oh
my God.
So this is PG.
When snake bite you, see that you go run. That's all I can say.
What?
When snake bite you, next time you see lizard, you go run.
Oh, okay.
So we have to induce. It means that a snake beat the bee, and now you have seen a what? A lizard.
A lizard.
Is speechless.
It's running.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
okay.
Cool. Okay, anyway, I think we'll round up here for
advice
today.
Taking and advice given to Magasco too.
Yeah, correct advice given to Magasco because Bobe, oh, Jovi.
Take heart.
Yeah, and we're laughing about this thing like this is a serious matter. So what is
it is always serious. It is, but
it
is serious. But it is serious. But if you're watching it from where I'm watching it, you don't know if you should laugh. You don't know if you should slap or yell at somebody. But it's just to make.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like I am not in the situation, so I don't know what's happening. I cannot give any advice. I'm not equipped to do that. But I wish you guys the best, and I send you guys good vibes. Good vibes from me to all the parties involved. Anyway, so we'll here for today. Thank you guys.
I saw one nice post from one guy. I don't know if it is it Cardi B or is it Carlos Miller? Some of these celebrities that I follow in Hollywood. They said, if a girl start dating somebody immediately after you guys broke up, just know that guy has been there throughout the relationship.
Delibi is saying something. So it means that ex has been there throughout the relationship.
No. I think this guy, Topos also posted something like that. But now, who is the ex in this story and who is this guy? Because if that guy was there, the ex before, then he became the ex. And then now Magasco has become the ex. Who is the ex in this story?
The ambassador, you understand everything I've just said.
Oh my God.
But you need more context.
Very, very
you need more context, which I'm not going to give.
I want details to make sense out of it.
You understand what I'm talking about?
The whole situation is a really crazy one. It's a really crazy one. I see people like Count Quintus coming out and saying, my guy Magasco is not even worried about this. And I see there was a video of Magasco at the club.
I saw the post and I made as if I never saw. I just say, hey.
There was a video of Magasco at the club. I guess he was having a good time at the club. I feel like Magasco, like showing that he's actually having a good time or whatever. So, like honestly, I don't yet comprehend people putting their private life on social media because it gets really messy. Like, first of all, when your private life is messy, it's a messy situation. Then you put it on social media, it kind of amplifies the whole thing. And a lot of times when those kind of things happens, I feel a lot of, I don't know, I feel a lot of empathy for the parties involved, especially due to the fact that it's on social media and there are a lot of people there to judge, put their opinions, even if they don't know what's really happening behind the scenes. There are a lot of people who come into play when that happens.
And even if their own lives are worst.
Exactly, their life.
And sometimes sometimes the way people
Yeah.
reply to some of those scenarios, they reply out of like they are trying to pour out what they are going through in their own relationships through that scenario. Some people try to judge that scenario based on their own personal experiences, current or past. I talk about that, yeah. So most of those guys in the comment section are actively in that kind of fucked up relationship.
Yeah.
More fucked up than that one.
Anyway, exactly. Like, people behind the scenes are going through worse.
Yeah. So
due to the fact that it's not on social media, it's not as amplified. So
do you know how many things?
If I have to,
just this week alone, do you know how many things that have made me pick up my phone, type and delete? At least I felt relieved that I typed it out, but I did not click that post. But just typing it out and reading it made me feel okay. Libby, just
You mean
leave
with regards to the Magasco issue? No, Libby, at times if you want to delete, just send it to our WhatsApp group. At least you can just help. How do you call it?
process it.
We can store it there for you. We can back up.
It's not my
In case you
scenario.
need it
I
somewhere,
mean,
you can just come and copy it and paste it.
so many
Wow.
things, topics, and the rest. And this last week, I had McCoy, the producer on the Libby's podcast, and he said something that made me recall that where has the Libby gone to? I said, you are talking to the Libby. He said, this is not the Libby that started Molly Town. Where has that guy gone to?
Yeah, but the person was a very problematic person, but I just realized, like, maybe he has matured.
I told him I've grown up. He said it has nothing to do with growing
The
up.
beginning was...
Malox always come at me every day. Then we became cool. Jovi and Boko Gang will come. See today, Stanley and I, we have not yet fixed our problem. See today, my God, everybody was coming at me. Everybody. Within that space, I made friends and I made permanent enemies. And I'm happy for the friends I made towards that period up to now. But the permanent enemies, fuck you. You do not understand me. So.
Oh. I thought an apology was coming.
That was a split second of the old Delibi. The old Delibi just came back and just going back.
No, the truth is, I'll be coming back. The channel's name is Delibi. It already has 1,000 subscribers, so we are coming. Yeah.
Okay.
The channel's name is Delibi. Just Delibi. Yes.
Yes.
You had here
I'll
first
bring back
people.
that old-
Delibi's
that
coming
old-
back.
Because it felt,
Okay, I really
felt
want
Real
to round up.
Delibi.
yeah, it feels every time I do a video on that channel, I always feel relief at the end of every video. Because
That's the therapy
being
I'm talking
politically
about.
correct is draining. It drains a lot in you.
Yeah,
being
keeping a lot
politically correct,
inside.
you have to suppress so many things that it eats you a lot. So that channel was like therapy for me. Even the beginning of Molitown, that whole channel was therapy. I can call Malox a Kong, and the next day I'll call him Monga, and he will be okay with it.
Okay.
You cannot deny man of his therapy. Go ahead,
Exactly.
we are behind you.
Let's round up, guys. Let's round up. So we are almost approaching 2 hours, and I feel like that's too much. So let's round up with this episode. I think it has been a good one, and we have spoken about a lot of topics, a diverse range of topics. True, we cannot cover everything that is being spoken about online, but we still have Friday. So make sure you're subscribed to Molly Town, because that's where we're going to be dissecting things on Friday.
Yeah.
So, but before we go, as usual, we have to all say our final words. So, who starts? Debbie, could you start?
Okay, the way that I felt before this topic started and the stress I felt throughout everything I was doing before this episode started, I feel relief now because we've laughed. Like, this thing is therapy for me. Though I've been dropping the P-bomb and I've dropped just the recent F-bomb, and at least though I don't release everything at once, but at least I've released a little bit that has made me feel like, man, I miss that relief. That's why I see why Charlemagne the God is happy and glowing now, because